Good Wednesday morning on December 29, 2021. My name is Rahi Mescalai. This is the 228th installment of 413 Sports Talk. Good to have you. Good to bring this to you guys. News, Western Mass Sports, NCAA football bowl drama that I can't wait to talk to you guys about, and scores from the NBA. Let's hurry up and get into it. Starting with the news and starting with something good. Power rankings return in 3 days. Get ready, because what I hear from other people I'm working with, every single high school sport will be ranked. So I look forward to that. I look forward to seeing what that looks like. I look forward to bringing you guys that show once it's ready. And yeah, everybody should love power rankings, right? Man, this one's a little sad, honestly. A man who I believe, I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one, to be the greatest football mind ever. John Madden has passed away at the age of 85. Let's give him a moment of silence, as you know, being a football fan, how important John was to our sport. John Madden, thank you for everything that you've brought to the game of football. Thank you for your knowledge. Thank you for your time in the broadcast booth. Thank you very much for your football games. Learned a lot from you. Learned a lot from watching your tape, watching all the NFL film stuff. And God damn it, you're going to be missed. That's sad, man. There's nothing I can say. Honestly, this one hurts. This one hurts. Little lighter mood here. Alex McClelland and Jared Hubbard dominate as the Pioneer Valley High School basketball team defeats Lennox, improves to 4-0. Not only did they beat Lennox, they beat them by 50, 76 to 26. West now, we're going to do a little different thing here with the news section of my show. We are going to go through the Super 7 Western Mass Girls High School Basketball, right in the middle of the news stories. And here we go with the list. I've had a chance to watch, to some degree, each of these young women play. Maybe not as consistently as other people have, their family members or coaches, but enough to be able to give my take on these young future ballers. So I'm going to give you one through three for the rest of the news and continue on with the next side. And number one has to be Julie Bahati, the power forward center for the Central Golden Eagles, the Lady Golden Eagles. Sorry, talking a little too fast. Probably the tallest 4 or 5 in the entire region. She's looking as a junior to display that move up, you know what I mean? The freshman to sophomore to junior. And now this is the year when I believe she's really going to ball out, really going to put her all into everything. She's drastically improved shooting, and she is, as I mentioned earlier, probably the biggest player in the region, tallest player in the region. So that's hard to defend when you've got somebody that's considerably taller than you down low. And a lot of these high school centers for the girls' basketball teams in Western Mass are clearly nowhere near as tall as she is. So she is the number one on the Super 7 list. Okay, Mass Live, you got something. All right, you got that right. We'll give that to you. Number 2, the great Amani Lopez. Another junior on the Lady Golden Eagles squad. During the shortened season, she broke out and has exceeded expectations from that moment on. Just coming out and shooting the ball well, defending well. She's a great passer. And just doing all the little things right that coaches love, which leads to more time on the court, which leads to us seeing those assists rack up, those points. Again, like I said, she's improved shooting the ball. She's a great defender in space. And if you know what I mean by that, she sticks close to her opponent and doesn't play current Lakers defense. Go Miss Amani Lopez at number 2. Number 3, Delaney McFetrus. Sorry if I butchered that. Anyway, much like Central's Bahati, she is one of the biggest post players in the region, second to Julie. She is fast approaching 1,000 points, which that is a huge accomplishment. Not just for any high school basketball player in the country, but especially out here in Western Mass, the birthplace of basketball, where the ballers are the hungriest. They work the hardest. They bust ass in practice. And, for her to come up and score 1,000 as quickly as she did is remarkable to say the least. Averaging 17 a game this year, making a name for herself, especially as far as her percentage from the field. She's taking smarter shots, which translates to more points because the baskets are dropping. And I believe that she's only going to get better with time. And again, she plays a lot, or she'll remind you from first glance of Bahati in size and down with the way that they play down low. But she is truly starting to make a name for herself, and is probably going to be one of the best players in our region at the end of the season, if we get to the end of the season. We got to fight off COVID. Number 4, Yamarelis Matos from the Chicopee Pacers. 2020, her and the gals were undefeated. If this group expects any type of success, and I say that after a clear evaluation of that entire team, Miss Matos needs to be fed early and often. She needs to take shots, but she needs to be allowed by her coaches to, what you see. What Miss Matos, what you see out there. If you see a good shot, if you see something developing, take charge, take the shot, and do that with moderation as well. You don't want to be not to be considered a ball hog, or if you're missing too many, you're taking too many. I think she is that type of player. She deserves that type of green light, and until that happens, I believe their success is going to be inconsistent, to put it lightly. Number 5, the Hoosick Valleys. Avery McGrath. These Hoosick Valley Hurricanes have a very good sports program all around. Football, girls basketball, boys basketball, swimming. These Hoosick Valley kids do it all. And they're usually always ranked very high. Avery McGrath is a pure shooter who's getting better as a defender. And the sky's the limit for her. And, yeah. Go Hoosick Valley. Number 6, Bianca Ortiz Cordero. Might be a name that you know. 2020 was to Bianca what the bubble was to the Phoenix Suns. And what's his face down there? Not even going to mention his name because I tried to say that he was going to be the new face of the NBA. And Robert Handy kind of owned me on that post, so... Yeah, I won't go as far as to say that, but you get the picture, right? Last season, she averaged a very healthy 17 a game. She already has scored 41 in 2 games. She's a star in her own right. She makes a lot of the great decisions, and she will get you from beyond the arc. One thing I noticed about her when I dissected her videos and stuff I hear from coaches whom I talk to, especially about her defensive ability, and that's one of her best kept secrets. Bianca Ortiz Cordero at number 6. Number 7, Miss Perez, Yamaya Perez of the Holyoke Purple Knights. Making her debut as a freshman in 2019, this sharpshooter could score anywhere with the best of them. Last year she averaged 19.7 a game. She's great with the passing, good defender, and those freaking handles are something to die for. Excuse me. She would cross anyone. Iverson, Jordan, whoever the frick you want to call it, whoever you want to put there. Her handles are great, and that amongst her other skills are why I believe she will be one of the best ballers in our region. And I believe that she can actually go on to the next level and be effective as well. And if the growth and maturity and the skills get better in high school, then she'll go to a great school, and who knows what's going to happen after that. But yes, that's the Super 7 on the girls' side. Aaliyah Phillips should have been on there. Taconic, just saying. Mass Live, you did all right with this one. And again, because you guys are horrible at your job, does not mean it's the children's fault. Yes, so there's the Super 7 evaluation. Moving on to Western Mass Sports. Ladies first. Oxford over Ludlow, 55-54. Quabog over Mayhar, 51-21. Did not see that coming. The Mayhar girls squad is, at least at the preseason, but a team that I thought to be one of the best in the league, and did not lose a game to an Eastern Massachusetts team. Agawam over East Long Meadow, 52-33, and Lee wraps it up with a huge win over Mohawk Trail, 61-29. Moving on now to boys basketball. Sebis 47, Worcester South 43. Drury over Greenfield 83-50. Go fucking head, Drury High School. Pioneer Valley beats Atlantic 76-26, just like we said in the introduction of the show. They are one of the best teams in Western Massachusetts, and they are still undefeated. West Side over Westfield is 74-30. Wow. So for West Side in this game, 11 three-pointers made. 4 players scored in double digits. 2 of the 4 players had a double-double. Was this an NBA game? Agawam over Comp 76-45. East Long Meadow over Minichog 52-50. Shout out to Coach Brendan Abad, who needs to respond to my message, and Connor Robidoux. One of my first interviews here on 413 Sports Talk. Good friend of the show. He's excellent in football too. This kid is athletic, straight out of Georgia. Yeah, go East Long Meadow. Northampton over Long Meadow 58-54. In Mount Everett 58, St. Mary's 24. Those are your scores for boys basketball. Moving on to the NBA, we got NHL 2 coming up, so stay with us. Milwaukee over Orlando 127-110. Miami Heat over the Washington Wizards 119-112. Philly beats Toronto 114-109. My Lakers finally win a game, but still don't play defense. 132-122 over the Houston Rockets. And the Knicks finally win a fucking game. 96-88. Now, on to hockey. Tampa Bay 5, Montreal 4 in overtime. Vegas Golden Knights beat the Los Angeles Kings 6-3, and the San Jose Betting Canes beat Arizona 8-7. I'm sorry, I was a little slow with that. Just this is my reaction to the score. Like, wow, high scoring hockey game. And that is it for the Western Mass sports side. Really quick, NCAA football bowl week continues at 5:45. Clemson and Iowa State. The Iowa State Cyclones were at one point ranked in the AP top 10 since have had a season with a lot of struggles. And Clemson, believe it or not, after getting rid of Trevor Lawrence, first overall pick to the Jacksonville Jaguars, I bet they're regretting it. They square off against Iowa State. They are ranked number 19. Number 14, Oregon and Oklahoma go at it at 9:15. Oregon's 10-3. Oklahoma's 10-2. The Sooners were in the top 10, and then their head coach decided to abruptly leave. Lincoln Riley went to USC. And that's it for NCAA football tonight. Basketball on the men's side. Texas Tech beats Alcorn State 75-53. Gonzaga over UNH 93-63. Notre Dame beats Pitt by 1 point, 68-67. The number 1 Baylor Bears beat Northwestern State 104-68. Texas 78, UWI 33. Ohio State and UNO was canceled. So was Xavier and UConn, Houston and Cincinnati, and CSU and University of New Mexico was postponed, unfortunately. And that's it for NCAA basketball men's. Now for the women's side. Harvard 73, St. Joe's 70. George Washington 64, WC 31. Yale 68, Army 50. Vanderbilt over Austin 94-42. Damn. I'd quit at like the start of third. UMass and Dartmouth was postponed, and Northwestern State and Kansas was postponed as well. And that is what I have for you as far as episode 228 is concerned. 4-3 Sports Talk. My name is Rahim Escalay. Glad to have brought this episode to you. We have 38 subscribers on our YouTube channel. Please help us bring that number up. And on Facebook, continue to follow, like, share, interact with everything, because we want to be the best sports show on the East Coast, and we're going to include you in it. Yeah, no bullshit. So I love you all, and I will see you Thursday afternoon, I believe, for episode 229 of 4-3 Sports Talk. We'll see you then. Have a good day.